How's it going, fellas? Fez here, and we're back with another episode of how we can make 2K fun again. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the AI. AI isn't easy to program, fellas, so we've got to give 2K a little bit of slack here, because there's so many variables and situations that could happen that it's really hard to know every situation that could happen in a game of basketball. And especially with the user input, anything can happen, so nothing really runs smooth or normal. But in my opinion, it's just gotten worse over years. 2K AI has really diminished over the last couple of years, and last year in 2K16 it was absolutely terrible. And it's really fallen short, in my opinion, in 2K16. And I'm going to be talking over the next few minutes on just how they can improve the AI, in my opinion, and let's get into it. There's two categories of AI in basketball games, and that's the CPU AI and the teammate AI. And the first thing I want to talk about is the CPU AI and the reaction time of players. Like, some players can just, off passes, they're not even anywhere near it, and just, pia, all of a sudden they're just there and sticking their hands up stealing the ball, or they won't even be looking at the ball and they'll just stick their hand up and steal or deflect it. It's just crazy how fast their reaction time is. Or when you get a block, you'll get the block and they're catching the ball before it's even hit the ground. It's the same with the steals. They're catching the ball before the ball even hits the ground. They need a bit more of realistic reaction time, because you do something good but just get punished because the reaction time is just so good. There's some stages when you get a steal and a CPU player will go into like a funky animation like he's fallen over, which actually gives you, it looks stupid, but it actually gives you time to get the ball, which is what it should be, because you should be rewarded for getting the steal or the block. There's two more things I want to talk about with the CPU AI, and main things anyway, and one of them is the point guard zigzag cheese. Like, they said that they got rid of zigzag cheese in this game, but now the AI does it. The point guard will just get the ball and go left, right, maybe do a skill move or a dribble move or whatever they're called, and spin, but they'll just go backwards and forwards until they get a little bit of space and drive to the bucket and either pass off to a man or lay up or dunk it in. It's just ridiculous. They just go backwards and forwards. There's two types of plays in 2K16. There's the CPU run a play, or they just do the point guard zigzag cheese. They're the two types of plays in NBA 2K16. It's ridiculous. And one thing I want to talk about the plays is just variation in the plays. Like, they shouldn't run a play and do it exactly to plan if they see the defense. Like, I always run to a certain spot that I know that the ball's going to go to, because I know that that play ends there. So I run to that spot and steal the ball. There was one time when a player actually cut back to the basket, which was good, because it left me in no man's land. He cut to the basket, and I was just left out on the 3-point line because I thought he was running to the 3, and he cut to the basket and scored an easy 2. They should vary their plays due to where the players are, because that's what happens in real life. They've still got to have a bit of instinct. Like, just because the play's on doesn't mean they don't still have instinct to see the open man or cut another way to change the scenario. The one thing that absolutely amazes me with the CPU AI in this game is they never miss. They will have stages where they will just hit contested shots after contested layups after every sort of contest, and they just hit them every single time. How do they hit so many shots, but yet I'll throw up that shot and I'll never get it? I throw up open shots. My teammates throw up open shots. They miss over and over again, but yet there's no reward for playing good defense against the CPU. None. It is just ridiculous. Like, you should be rewarded for playing good in-your-face defense, but they'll just hit 3-pointers on you. Like, they don't miss contested layups very often at all. It just doesn't happen. So why are we punished for playing good defense? It just doesn't make sense to me. The next thing I want to talk about is teammate AI, and the teammate AI in this game is fucking pathetic, guys. It really is. It's gotten worse and worse over the years, and it's really at a point now where it's horrible. Like, there's just so many problems with the teammate AI. They just don't do what you need them to do. They will rotate when not needed. They don't rotate at all when they need to rotate. They don't pass when they need to pass. They don't shoot when they need to shoot. Like, they don't really do anything. Like, 75% of the time you've got to hit X to even get some ball movement. They'll just stand there, or they'll just stand there and then throw up a contested shot. Like, it's really bad how shocking the AI is. Like, it's gotten worse and worse over the years, like I've said, and it's just horrible, 2K. You really need to fix the teammate AI. I know it's not easy, but you've got to do something about it because it's really ruining the single-player experiences. The online's a little bit better, but the single-player is unplayable because of your defense. And the high difficulty you have, the worse it is. Like, your teammates don't get any better. Why does the defensive AI get better when you put up difficulties, but not your teammates? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're playing with virtually rookie teammates versus Hall of Fame opponents. The only difference between Hall of Fame and other difficulties is they hit more shots and you miss more shots. It's the only difference. There's no advantage or disadvantage playing on lower or higher difficulties. It's just the success rate of animations and points and scoring. Like, you'll get more steals if you play on easier levels compared to lower levels or more blocks. But if you play on higher levels, you'll miss more shots and the CPU will just get shot after shot. The AI doesn't change at all. It's the exact same AI. The next thing I want to talk about is just the reaction that the players have to up-tempo basketball. There is really none. Like, people don't want to stop and call plays and shit like that. Like, they've got to be able to have a bit of instinct to react to the player. Like, there's so many times where the only thing that's effective in online is a pick and roll or a play because they just have no instinct for up-tempo basketball. They don't have any. Like, they need to cut to the basket and move around, and if you're not running a play, actually move your players around to give them a chance to get open or for cut to the basket. We shouldn't have to manually make them cut to the basket all the time. They should know on their own, oh, there's a bit of space there, I'll run through and have a go. You know, we shouldn't have to control the AI. The AI should be able to control themselves and make the smart play. Oh, there's a bit of space if I run in behind here, catch the ball, and then that guy rotates and pass it out. Why does this CPU AI be able to do flashy passes and hit players on the three-point line like nothing, but yet my players don't even see that? How does that work when they just do whatever they want, but my players just don't do anything, like I said before, guys, and it pisses me off. Like, it's getting to the point where I don't even want to play my career mode next year because if the AI isn't anywhere near what it was, there's just no point. It's like hitting your head against a brick wall. The last thing I want to talk about in this video before I end it is just give the user a chance on defense. If the user gets beat slightly, don't bring a player over just to be there. You know, give the player a chance to get back. And as well, like, if one player rotates, we need the whole team to rotate and leave that last man open, not just one single pass. It's just ridiculous how bad the AI is in this game. And it's the same with, I'll be guarding a guy and a guy will just come over and double team him for no reason. I don't need any help. I might be hitting a button or something that's forcing that to do it, but it happens over and over again. Not over and over again, it happens more than it should. And that's the problem, because you don't need it. We don't need our handheld on defense. Give us a bit better on-ball defense and we'll be fine. We don't need the teammate AI to help us on defense. Yeah, once we've been beaten and the guy's charging to the basket, maybe rotate, and then another guy has to rotate as well, because you need that last pass to be the shot, not a first pass, because it's just pointless. It happens every time in online. Like, they just beat your guard that's guarding the guy with the ball, and it's an easy shot every single time. But anyway, guys, as I said before, it's not easy to program AI. I have had a bit of experience in it, but at the end of the day, we should ridicule it because it's not up to standard of what they even do. Like, that's the problem. I'm not saying that they should get outstanding AI that's top of the line, best you've ever seen, but they're not even as good as what they were in previous games. Think about it. Like, it's the same with all aspects of this game. Like, it's gone downhill, in my opinion, last year. Like, ever since coming to PS4, we've had 2 fairly decent games, and now we've just got shit. And the problem is they're not showing us anything on NBA 2K17 to really warrant anything will change. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch us later.